Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to our advanced English class series. Um, Today, we're going to talk about the Bilderberg Group. What is the Bilderberg Group? How it was formed, and what influence they have in the world today. Now, before we get started with the video, I just want to talk to you about this project, which is a project where I record advanced English classes, talking about current events and business and things that are really relevant to advanced English students. So today I chose to talk about the Bilderberg Group. So we're going to talk about vocabulary, pronunciation, and at the same time try to have a conversation. Okay? So let's get started in this class today talking about the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group, shrouded in secrecy and speculation, has long been a subject of fascination and intrigue. Founded in 1954, this exclusive annual conference brings together influential figures from politics, finance, industry, and academia to discuss pressing global issues. However, the group's closed door meetings, in lack of transparency, have fueled numerous conspiracy theories about its true agenda and influence. Now, this is, of course, the introduction to the article, but we already have a lot to talk about in this paragraph, right? So the first thing is shroud, right? What is a shroud? A shroud is basically kind of like a veil. It's like a piece of cloth that is put, like in people's faces or bodies, right? When people die, you wrapped in the past, you used to wrap these bodies in cloth, which we call shroud. When in English, when we use the expression shrouded, you are saying that that is hidden, right? From the verb hide. It's hidden in secrecy and speculation. Now, the group was founded in 1954, and members of this group are politicians, people in the finance, people in the industry or business, and members of the academia. What is academia? Universities, right? Scholars, right? Educators. So these are the members of the academia. Um, the group is very controversial because of their closed door meetings and lack of transparency. The word lack of indicates that there is no transparency. When you say lack of something, it means that there is no whatever it is you say next. So, lack of money, people don't have money. There is no money, right? Lack of opportunities means that there are no opportunities. So that's how we use the word lack of. Okay. So basically, that's the idea, right? Oh, and the pronunciation here of this verb is fuel, right? Which basically means to feed, right? To add fuel to the fire. It means to make the fire stronger, to feed something and make it grow and make it accelerate in a way. So this is the intro to the Bilderberg Group comment. This photograph here is a photograph of the Bilderberg Hotel where the group met for the first time in 1954, right? So this is the hotel. That's why the group is called the Bilderberg Group, because they met for the first time at the Bilderberg Hotel. So let's continue with that conversation. The Bilderberg Group is named after the Hotel Bilderberg in Oosterbeek, Netherlands, where the inaugural meeting of the group took place in May 1954. The hotel was chosen as the venue for the meeting due to its secluded location and convenient facilities, providing a suitable environment for the gathering of influential figures from Europe and North America. Since then, the name Bilderberg has become synonymous with secretive annual conferences organized by the group, attracting politicians, business leaders, academics, and other prominent individuals to discuss various global issues and geopolitical matters. Okay, another great paragraph here, another very interesting paragraph with lots to work. So here we have this named after, right? It means named after basically means that I chose the name because of somebody. So my son was named after my father. So my son was named because of my father, right? That's the idea of this expression or phrasal verb. So the meeting took place in 1954 in the Netherlands at the hotel. The hotel was chosen the venue for the meeting. What is venue? Venue in English means the location. So the hotel was chosen as the location for the meeting due to its secluded location and convenient facilities. Secluded means isolated, right? Basically private, isolated. So that's the meaning of the word secluded. And it provided a suitable environment for the gathering of influential figures, right? So suitable means appropriate in that context, right? So it was an appropriate environment for the gathering of these people in Europe and North America. Very, very cool. And as I said before, the members of the group, the people who participated were politicians, business leaders, academics, and prominent individuals. Prominent means important, right? Important people from different areas and from different fields. That's the idea of this paragraph here. Now, moving to the next paragraph, origins and purpose, right? Purpose, that's how we pronounce that word. The Bilderberg Group was established by Polish politician Joseph Ratzinger. I apologize, I don't speak Polish or Dutch or German for that matter, so I don't know if that pronunciation is correct. And Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, aiming to foster dialogue between Europe and North America in the aftermath of World War II. Initially, the group focused on strengthening ties between Western nations and promoting transatlantic cooperation to counter the spread of communism during the Cold War era. Very nice paragraph as well, right? Interesting, very interesting words here. The first is the pronunciation of this word, right? Purpose, purpose, the reason. Purpose is the reason, right? The reason behind something. Here we have aiming to foster dialogue, right? Aim to is a phrasal verb which basically means with the goal of or with the objective of. And foster basically means to promote, to accelerate something. So to promote or to accelerate dialogue between North America and the other countries. In the aftermath of World War II. Aftermath is a word that we use when we are talking about the destruction of something or the chaos that happens after a big event or a tragedy. Usually we use that term, the aftermath, right? So this group was put together in the aftermath of World War II. So in the chaos after World War II. As you can imagine, at the end of World War II, the world was, crazy, completely chaotic. Europe was devastated by the German troops. The United States was somewhat also recovering. So this is a very, very interesting word. Okay. So the idea of the group was to promote a conversation between the United States and the European countries. And they use a term here, strengthening ties between Western nations. The verb is strengthen. Strengthen means to make something stronger. So when you make something stronger, you strengthen that thing. And ties means the connections. So to make the connections between the Western nations stronger at the end of World War II. Now, current status. Today, the Bilderberg meetings continue to attract prominent figures from around the world, including political leaders, business tycoons, and influential intellectuals. Attendees discuss a wide range of topics from geopolitics and economic trends to technological advancements and societal challenges. The list of participants is kept confidential, contributing to the group's aura of secrecy, right? So the meetings, they still happen to this day. And as I said before, many influential people are invited to these meetings, secret meetings, right? Now, because the meetings are secret, there is always an aspect of conspiracy, right? Oh, what are people talking about in these meetings? Why are the meetings, so secret? Why closed door meetings, right? Why the press doesn't participate? And well, that sort of raises questions about, conspiracies. But so alleged conspiracies. Despite its stated goal of facilitating dialogue and collaboration, the Bilderberg Group has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories. Critics allege that the group exerts undue influence over global affairs, shaping policies and decisions behind closed doors to serve the interests of a select elite. Some conspiracy theorists even claim that the group is part of a shadowy New World Order agenda to control the world's population. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, right? These conspiracy theories about a new world order, right? A secret group of people that control the world, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a conspiracy. I don't know if it's true. I am sure there's some level of control. I'm sure there is. Otherwise, you wouldn't need the meetings, right? So why else would the meetings exist if not to discuss, important issues and somehow control the narrative, right? But I don't know. Let's look at the words, right? Exerts undue influence over global affairs. That phrase is a very beautiful phrase. So, exerts undue influence means that this group has, this group has an influence that is undue. What does that mean? Undue influence. It means that they shouldn't have. That's the meaning of undue in this case. It is something that they shouldn't do, they should not do, or they should not have, right? It is not their right to have. So that is what it is. And shadowy, as you know, comes from shadow, right? Something that's a little dark, a little not very clear, right? So a shadowy new world order. Leave a comment if you believe that to be the case, if you believe that to be true or not. Controversies and criticism. The Bilderberg meetings have faced criticism for their lack of transparency and accountability. Skeptics argued that the closed door nature of the conferences undermines democratic principles and fosters an environment of elitism and privilege. Critics also raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest among attendees, as participants often represent powerful corporations and financial institutions. Now, that makes sense, because think about this. When they say that this undermines democratic principles, they're saying that this weakens the democratic principles, right? So if you have a group of people who have not been elected, a group of world personalities that are deciding the fate of countries and society, that's kind of weird, right? So that's why the criticism for the lack of transparency, as we talked about before. The Bilderberg Group meetings have historically attracted a diverse array of influential individuals from various sectors. So here's a list of some prominent guests who have attended the Bilderberg meeting. So here we have a list of some famous people who have participated in the Bilderberg meeting. So politicians, you have Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, Joe Biden, the president of France, Macron, business leaders. You see Bill Gates, Bezos, Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock. BlackRock is probably the biggest asset manager in the world. Journalists, look, some journalists have participated in the meetings as well, which is weird, right? Because I don't think you've seen people talk about this. Academics, right? So members of important universities and royalty as well, right? So look at this: Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands, the late Prince Philip, right? The late Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. In English, when we say the late, whatever it is, right? The late chairman, the late president, it means that that person passed away. Sadly, that person passed away. Prince Philip was Queen Elizabeth's husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, and he passed away a few years ago. Prince Charles, who's now not Prince, now he's King, right? King Charles also has attended the meeting. And tech industry leaders, the former CEO of Google, the CEO of Apple, Satya Nadella, the Microsoft CEO, all of these people have attended and participated in the meetings. So you tell me what you think about these figures and about this group. Do you believe in the conspiracy theories, or do you think these are just stories, right? So here we have some questions that I typically ask my students, right? So we do a little bit of conversation based on the questions, which I'm not going to do it because otherwise it's just going to be me and me. Here we have a vocabulary session, a phrasal verb section. We always have a phrasal verb, right? We always have a phrasal verb, and we always have an American idiom, right? Because a lot of students have trouble understanding native English speakers, and they do use a lot of phrasal verb and a lot of idioms in their conversation. So I always add that. There's always a little bit of a grammar tip in the classes. So in this, we're talking about the passive voice, how to use the passive voice in English. So read the article. I think that's cool. It's going to help you understand a little bit how the passive voice works. And there's always a listening about the topic. So this listening talks about the Bilderberg Group. I'm going to play just a little bit for you to see.
Forget the G7. If there's one party leaders want to be invited to, it's Bilderberg. That's where world leaders from politics to industry discuss. Well, we have no clue what they discuss because Bilderberg is an invite-only, ultra-secret conference where the press is not allowed, no minutes are released, and security is super tight.
So you see, the listening document, the video, is always about the class. So you read the article, you get an idea, you understand the topic at hand, and then you do the listening, where you're going to hear a lot of the terms that we talked about. And at the end, there's always a homework proposal that I like to ask my students. Nobody does it, you know. Students are not very good at doing homework, especially advanced students. They don't really care much about homework. But again, it is my job to offer homework. Whether they do it or not is their problem, not mine. But I do offer a homework activity as well. So, guys, this is basically how the classes work, right? So we read an article, we talk, we speculate, we ask each other questions about the article. We try to find room for a conversation. So as you can see, it's a very complete class. We talk about lots and lots of stuff, pronunciation, and very advanced topics, right? We're not talking about the weather. We're talking about the world issues. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and drop a comment in the comment section if you liked it or not. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.